I remember when we were strong. Back in the days before King Tenebrae and his royal guard, and the people of Amoseran took up their own arms for fun and profit. Before all that, it was just us, the Viridian Outriders. We kept the roads and trails safe and secure, with homes and forts scattered about and locales civilized and not. Time passed, and we have been replaced. And yet, I hear the rumblings and murmurs of the roads being less safe than they had been. Monsters sniffing around in smaller towns and magic acting oddly. Who knows? Maybe we'll be needed again.
Hello, and welcome back to Another Path. My name is Chase, and I remain your GM. Today, our Outriders make their way around Eweburg, stop at a shrine, and find themselves at Iterfinus. Thank you to our backers, Joel, Tyler, and Kyle for their support. If you like what you hear, consider donating to us at patreon.com/ghostlightmedia, and maybe try checking out some of the other shows on the network. But with that, sit back, relax, and enjoy your trip down Another Path.
Can I tell you guys the Buck Wild lore I uncovered in the...
Pause. Ryan joined the call a little late. I want you, Ryan, guess what video game Griffin is about to say.
I have lore about a video game.
Unicorn Overlord.
No, I haven't touched that one yet.
I platinumed that game so hard. I don't know when the last time I platinumed a game was. Before COVID.
Yeah.
Real guess is it a game that I know that you play, or is it wild and out of left field?
It's a newer one. It's a newer one that I've picked up. Yeah.
Subnautica.
No, but a very good game nonetheless. I do know that lore in and out. No, I'm talking about everyone's late 2020s or early 2020s zoo management game, Planet Zoo.
Delightful. That is on the Xbox right now downstairs because JJ wanted to play it.
I'm obsessed. My girlfriend is obsessed, and we're playing the career mode where you're introduced to this guy named Bernie. He runs several zoos and is taking you under his wing, and he's fine. He's just a nice older guy who makes some bad dad jokes every now and then, some animal puns, and you're like, ha ha ha, oh, Bernie. He gets a little stale, but you're like, it's fine. He's a good dude at heart. And you're introduced to Nancy, who's the head keeper, and she's kind of showing you the ropes and everything. And then you get through the first couple career missions without Nancy's help, and you're doing great, and you're on your own, and Bernie's proud of you. Aw, thanks, Bernie.
Do you feel the burn?
I was feeling it, honestly.
Now, if you meet a vendor named Ballo Lin, do not get in any sort of long-term contracts with him.
Yeah. But here's the thing. You get to the third career mission, and Nancy shows back up. And you're like, oh, I haven't seen you in a bit. And she's like, hey, I've got some bad news for you.
Oh,
and
no.
You're like, what's up, Nancy? And she goes,
Nancy?
Bernie got lost in the Arctic.
Bernie, no.
They've called off the search.
Bernie, no.
He's been declared legally dead.
No, Bernie.
And this hedge fund manager Dominic Myers has swept in and taken over the deeds for all of his properties before his daughter was allowed to legally receive.
Oh, Dominic killed Bernie.
Oh, no.
Hey, that's not legal. I work in I'm not a lawyer. I work in estate law. That shit's not legal.
He just plays one on TV.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But we're just
what a twist.
What the fuck? And now you have to work for this sleazebag who's just the animals are great. They'll make sure they're happy because it'll earn us more money. And you're oh,
make sure we're making money. By the way, I killed Bernie.
And I'll do it to you too.
Yeah. He's like, hey, I bought this casino in India and it really kind of fell through, so we're turning it into a zoo. And you're just what the fuck?
Okay, but Zoo Casino, yeah, there's something there.
Yeah.
There's something
but it was just the thing that the most out of left field I've been hit with in a video game in a while. And it's in
and it was probably at
Zoo.
2 a.m.
Yes.
Right? A 2 a.m. what the hell twist. Oh, that's great. Nothing quite like it.
Keep up your profits or you're going to go to the Arctic.
we finished a career one, and it was like, took like 6 to 8 hours. So like, okay, we're tired, we're hungry, we're gonna go to bed. But like, let's just open the next scenario just to kind of see a lay of the land, see what the objectives are.
Oh, no.
And we're hit with that.
Oh, boy.
And it's just like, oh God.
We need to do this
Bernie,
mission just
no.
to process.
Bernie, please.
You are in Eweburg. The city is open to you as far as what you would like to do. It certainly isn't a metropolis by any stretch of the imagination, but there are things to be had and done. There's general store, many farms and markets available. There's a small blacksmith's that looks like does a lot of like rural work. There's also an inn over on the edge of town.
All right, well, hell, well, then probably everyone's all out in the fields. So, I mean, we could hit the inn. I might, swing by the general store, see if there's anything like, need doing.
Do the Outriders have a job board?
Ooh, good call.
They do. It is, frankly, more bare than Bearings is, and Bearings is usually pretty rough.
That's fair.
Woof.
It looks like they do need some assistance with some patchwork and smith work that Harper could potentially take on. Looks like the inn's basement does have a bit of a rat issue if somebody wants to take that on. But that's about it.
Classic.
Some real level 1 through 3 kind of shit going on here.
I mean, it's not much, but I guess I could do some rat stomping.
Every now and then you just gotta stomp some rats. That's fair. Why don't you go do that? I'll chat up the mayor?
Sure.
Elder?
Town lead? Who's probably also the owner of the general store?
Roll history.
16.
16. It is a Mayor Marley Foxpearl.
Foxborough?
Yes.
Mayor Marley Foxborough. All right. I'll go speak to the mayor, see if we can find anything out. Arbin, how about you go stomp some rats, gain some goodwill, and maybe they'll tell you a bit about what's been going on around town or the area, or even, at Venus, over a couple beers or whatever. Harper, seems like there might be some smithy work.
Yeah, I can find something to keep my hands busy.
Great. I mean, getting paid or whatever's great. Goodwill's great, but it's really, we want to get people talking. So,
oh, for sure.
For sure. Ready? Break. Go team.
Mm-hmm. And you separate off. Who wants to go first?
I can, I guess.
You're taking the smith work job, is that right?
Yeah. And for what it's worth, I'm leaving my armor behind. I think I'll keep my spear, but I don't have my shield or anything.
Okay.
And then I've just got like my toolkit and stuff.
You are told to go and find Crafter Troy Dixon within the Outriders barn.
A real working man's name.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he's an Outrider? Oh, okay, cool. Then yeah, I'll poke my head in the barn. I'll see this operation out. I'll have my sash, my stole,
sure,
folded up in my vest or something.
Yeah, you got enough of it peeking out that people just kind of wave you in, hey. And you are taken into the back of the barn, and down a flight of stairs. It is one floor, but it spreads out far beyond the barn itself into the Outrider's secret element of the base. Dixon has a shop over in one of the corners where there is much more stonework done, and they look up. Oh, hey there, stranger. What can I do for you?
Howdy. Harper Talk, Crafter, and I kind of flash my little badge, on the lapel of my vest.
I just rolled really well on history. Bearing, right?
Yeah, crypto bearing.
Excellent. Yeah, I keep up with our high captain. I heard about the whole thing with Loot Home. I had some family there. I heard your. Either way, well, what can I do for you?
You Troy?
Yeah.
Howdy. Me and some fellas are rolling through town working on a job, but we're kind of just hitting the ground for right now. Oh. And I figured that's more their gig than it is mine. I didn't know if you had any projects or anything that you could use some extra hands on while we're here. Or...
Oh, yeah. Come on over. I've been I'm working on, we've got a lot of armor and whatnot. You know, we still try and keep up on training.
Yeah, Smith by trade, so I'm handy with
amazing. Oh no, please come on over. Let me show you what we're working with here. Like I'm fine. I'm actually a pretty damn good smith, but
cheers.
The basement is thinning out, as it were. And,
now, what do you mean by that?
I'm the only crafter left here.
Do you call this area like underground your base? Do you call this the basement?
Yeah, this is the basement.
That means something very different in Bearing.
Oh, so, weird.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, it's just a room underground, like...
Right, but like... Okay, let me pose you a hypothetical. If I told you I was going to take someone to the basement, what would you think I meant by that?
You take them downstairs. Like, I know the way you said it means, like, I very clearly should be taking something more from that. Yeah. And it's like, I'm guessing it's a threat.
Yeah.
Just like... Because, like, I mean, I like being down here, but...
For sure. I mean, something... You got a positive context with it. I had a negative context with it. It's fine. It's neither here nor there. Yeah, I got my tools. If you got some, like, you know, things that need some dents dinged out of them or polished up, like, I gotcha.
That'd be great. And he goes into a corner and, like, is, like, pulling a massive crate of just, like, breastplates and like leather armor that's been shredded, and like, I mean, it is very clearly multiple years worth of like dented and busted training gear.
Yeah.
That it's always just like the least important thing to get fixed. But you sit down to get that taken care of. Arabin, what are you doing?
So is it the general store or the tavern that had the rat problem?
It was the inn.
Okay.
The yew tree, but yew is spelled E-W-E, like the town.
Mm-hmm. So,
it's a female sheep, Griffin.
No, I'm now realizing what Eweburg
Yeah.
is, because I had it spelled differently phonetically.
Uh-huh.
No, I get it now, you fiend.
Yeah, I'm a menace.
It is known, Khaleesi.
So Arabin's going to stroll into the inn with his cape and sunglasses on. And he's going to walk up to the bar, and he's going to lower his sunglasses, and he's going to say, I hear you all have a little bit of a rat problem.
There's a white dragonborn woman working behind the barn. Yeah, we do. Weird. I wasn't actually expecting somebody to take... Yeah, can you... there's just a whole fucking mess of them downstairs. If you can take care of that, that would be great. I'm not sure. I mean, we had some food sitting now. I know, not best practices, but we didn't have a problem until we did. And then when we did, holy fuck did we have the problem.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at getting rid of pests. Arabin is speaking much more ominously than is needed at this point.
Yeah, no, like that, no insight required. That causes her to pause for a second. It's like, right, well, let me show you to the cellar.
That'd be great.
And,
are you sure it's a cellar?
It's an underground room. She takes him to the basement, and
ooh, a twist.
The turntables.
They have stopped turning. What happened?
She leads you out back, and she pops open like root cellar doors. She's like, yeah, just let me know when you're done. I'll have lunch ready for you and the pay as well.
Sure thing. So I'm guessing the cellar's pretty small?
It's not tiny. It's probably about 20 feet by 10 feet. Like, there's some decent storage down here. It's lined with shelves. And there are just so many rats. Like, it is rat party down here.
But what I was saying by it's small, meaning that a huge beast would not fit down here.
What are the...
no.
20 feet? 20 feet?
Oh,
Huge
boy.
Look, there's rats. Snakes eat rats. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
Actually, I think huge is 15, if I'm really thinking about it.
This shows where my head is at. I did not even think that you would go this route. I figured you'd be blasting. You'd just stand up on, like, take an hour and Eldritch blast the hell out of these things.
I can, but I just imagine Erebin just going hungry hippos with Crunchwrap.
No, obviously this is the right choice.
Crunchwrap's gotta eat.
Yeah, no, you can do a Crunchwrap Supreme on this. Yeah, so...
You never go the whole Supreme.
Yeah, go for it, man.
So Erebin stands outside the cellar, unclips the staff from his belt, throws it in there, and says, Vivios.
The next 15 minutes are some of the goriest you will ever experience in your life. Crunchwrap knows nothing but hunger in this moment, and he feeds and feeds and feeds. I am going to roll...
Jesus.
A couple of die, and I'm going to see if the rats have a chance, because there are many of them.
I want to know what a swarm of rats crit would look like against Crunchwrap.
So Crunchwrap takes 6 damage. I rolled 3d20 for attacks, and only one of them got above a 10. And so I rolled 2d20 for damage just to see, and I rolled a 2 and a 4. So Crunchwrap, just fine.
My boy.
Got a couple of nicks on there, because, like, he long, and there's only so much he can do to defend against themselves. But eventually you do see... Roll me a perception check.
Yes. My best skill.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 6, my guy.
There it is.
That is a 6. Okay, you are able to, from your vantage point, you are not able to determine where the rats came in from. Just that there are no more in there.
Erebin says, Good boy, Crunchwrap. Vivios. Goes down to the cellar, picks up the staff, and looks around just to ensure there are no more rats.
Mm-hmm.
Does some minor cleaning up if there's excess blood on the floor.
It's not great.
Yeah, Erebin's going to spend a little bit of time that he would have spent stomping the rats, cleaning up a little bit.
Sounds good. Cecil, you're going to find the mayor, right?
Yes, I'm going to go find Mayor Marley.
Easy enough to do. Town Hall is incredibly modest, but well marked. There is a simple, like, post office in here as well. You're close enough to the seat where official messages like that would have, like, a place to land. And there's a woman working at a desk and looks up. Hello? Sorry, I don't recognize you. How can I help you?
That's quite fine. I have the sash in the right position for all of this and leaning full into it. Hello, I'm Cecil Siles, steward of the Outriders, passing through town and realizing that you all may not get scribes quite that often, but also part of what the Outriders have been tasked with is going from town to town, and I pull out my templatized scroll that is about 2/3 of the way filled out with information about Eweburg.
Sure.
I'm also here to, just take notes on the town and the area and kind of update, the larger information fantasy database. Back
the
Chronicle.
Yep.
The Fantasy Chronicle. Wait, no, it's just a Chronicle. Chronicle's just fantasy. Fuck.
The present Chronicle.
Hi, Cecil Styles, present Chronicle.
Present Chronicle is my father's name.
It's Mr. Chronicle to you.
I'm just Modern Story.
Okay.
Mr. Story, if you're nasty.
I'm drinking an Arizona hard green tea.
It's not hard enough?
It's not hard enough.
Do you need me to make it harder?
It's 5%.
At least it's not that Sonic Drive-In seltzer.
Fucking fact.
So I say to... so it would be great if I could speak to the mayor, Marley. I have that down here. Just kind of get the lay of the land, see what's been going on, update the records and all of that stuff. Also see if there's anything that needs doing.
The woman at the desk stands up and extends her hand. Well, you're talking to her. Marley Foxborough. Nice to meet you.
Delightful. I shake her hand. Delighted to meet you, Mayor Foxborough. Consider us at your service. I've got a few of my companions that are going about town. I think one was going to deal with the rat situation, and another one was going to deal with the smithing situation.
Oh, good.
So we're just, outriders trying to make our little corner of the world a little bit better. But also, take the notes of the towns and see what's going on. We're particularly interested.
Real quick, I am going to need you to roll me a deception check.
Absolutely.
Because you are really steering into the lie on this one.
I haven't said anything that is...
You are not here specifically to update things. That is a knock-on effect. You very clearly said, we're just passing through here to help.
26. 18 plus 8. Charisma boys. I'm going to use these charisma skills.
I'm going to get you on that one of these days.
Yeah.
I'm going to catch you slipping.
Probably. It'll be a good story.
She shrugs and shakes your hand. Well, I'm open book as far as the town. I've lived here basically my entire life. Was born in the seat, came out here when I was 3, and well, I'm pushing 50, so you can do the math there. It's not hard math. It's 47. But regardless, whatever you need to know, we've always had a very good relationship with our current branch of the Outriders.
Yes. Well, so some of it is geographical. Some of it is, just an update on, roughly how many people there are, what sort of businesses there are, what could be expected, right? What the crops are, what the, trade goods would be and things like that. So I'm sure we can get into that and just kind of do that. But also we're interested, obviously, Itrophonus is right there. Mm-hmm. You said you've been here for decades at this point?
Yeah. No, I remember when Iter first kind of cropped up. Was weird.
Yeah. So we are interested a bit in that, obviously. I mean, who wouldn't be coming out here? We are interested a bit in it. If as the mayor of this town, you're probably the closest town to it at this point. If you know anything about... its origins, or, if there's been any recent developments in how it's been used or people going in and out from it. We're just trying to document the strange things in our corner of the world.
Well, I'll tell you what I can. I haven't been out there. I have heard that there's been, weirdly some, construction going on out there.
Construction.
I'm not
strange.
Yeah, no, somebody building a wall or something. I honestly just assumed it was the Kingsguard trying to keep people away from it. I'll show you how to get there. You'll know it as soon as you get out there. The place just gives you kind of a pit in your stomach.
Sure. I have checked.
I just assumed they were trying to keep people away from it, so I didn't question anything. They were lumberjacks harvesting some wood and got a tall wall kind of constructed around some of the outer edge of it.
Sure. How far back? 6 months, a year?
About a year, maybe a year and a half. It's kind of hard. We don't get out there often. Again, the pit in your stomach keeps you away.
Right, yes. I've heard it described as Check's notes. The big ick.
Yeah, it's a good way to describe it.
Right, so the big ick leads us to Itrophonus, right. So, building a wall out there. Do you get the Kingsguard out here often? It's not exactly on the way.
Every so often, we're close enough to the main road, and ever since the Outrider started, no offense intended, but Outrider started waning a little bit, Kingsguard has kind of stepped up.
Yes, that's how things have been going. So, well, we are going to take a bit of an expedition out there, likely tomorrow, just to check on things and see what we can know. I guess we'll see what's out there. Good to know there's some folks out there, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, just, I'll actually show you, and she takes you to a window and points out towards the woods surrounding. There's not a good trailhead for it, but just beyond those blackberry bushes there is a hunting trail. You take that for about like 4-ish hours and that'll get you there. At about an hour out, there is a shrine to watch if you're among the faithful.
Got it.
Make your alms there if you want, and then Iderphenus is just beyond.
Good to know. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We spend the time filling out whatever the scroll is and getting all the information on the town. And how many sheep jokes would you like to make here, Chase?
You've already made them all.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good, right?
That's pretty bad.
I had an answer to that question. Ryan, can you pitch that one to me real quick?
Sure. Let's go rapid fire around the room. Hey, Griff, you got a sheep joke for me?
Yeah, can you pose the question that you posed to Chase?
Yeah, how many sheep jokes do you want to make?
Yeah, 3 bags full.
All right, pass it to me.
Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Hey, Justin, how many sheep jokes do you want to make?
Look, if I've had to count how many we've already had, I'd fall asleep.
That's pretty great. Bring it all the way full circle. Chase, you got one more sheep joke for me? Got anything else in you?
It's pretty woolly at this point.
That's fine. We should let's see if we can get out there to. We should see if we can get out to Iderphenus. Probably will be about 3 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Yeah, let's shepherd in something new.
By the sheer luck of everything,
Harper, shearing is thin. That's a thin. Nice try.
You shear a sheep?
You
Thought
do.
you could just sneak that one in.
Yeah, I did. It's my fucking job. I'm the DM, and that's how I do.
That is how you do.
Proceed.
Harper, you finish working on a whole bunch of armor. There's still some at the very bottom of the crate, but good God, you've done enough. It's probably been about like 2 hours, and you've just been doing like patchwork after patchwork.
Yeah.
You see Troy is working on some wagon wheels. Looks like some like triple reinforced stuff. Ooh. Do you have any questions for Troy while you're working?
Yeah. You know, I haven't really been out to this part of the country much. Seems nice on the way in. You know, it's close to the seat. That's nice.
Oh yeah. You know, we're pretty lucky to live out here. I mean, I was gonna say nothing ever happens, but like Loot Home happened, so, and that was a thing.
Right, that was real rough.
It's the most exciting thing that's happened within like 30 miles of this place in probably about 20 years.
Nothing over in a spooky McDark Valley over there, like.
Oh, you heard about that? Yeah. No, I haven't heard anything. Actually, no, I haven't heard anything. You know, we tend to avoid it. I know a couple of the Outriders here make alms to watch. So,
sure.
There's a shrine like most of the way out there, and it's before the gross feeling sets in.
Yes, one of our scribes mentioned that before we made our trip this way. Any particular reason other than the gross feeling that you avoid it?
I mean, there's also nothing there. Like the rocks that were brought up from whatever it was that fucking happened there, it's just granite, so we don't really need that. The soil is too bad to actually farm. It's inconvenient to get from here. You gotta like climb over a bunch of bushes and then walk for hours. Like,
sure,
there's just no reason to go out there. I'm not even sure why the fucking shrine is out there, but somebody built it. I mean, it's a little road shrine, and Harper, you would know that like road shrines are a thing.
Yeah.
You passed a few on the way, even out here on the main highway.
Is it something exclusive to the virtues, or is there like things for like the eminence as well?
There's the eminence and the virtues. If you were to have a mind for it, you might even be able to find like 1 or 2 to the swarm.
Oh, sure.
But
we definitely passed one on the way here.
Oh,
We're
100%. Like passing that one, you realize that is probably the closest the main road gets to Brother Lobazan's house.
Yeah. I miss him. I should send him some cookies.
We could rope him in for a cookie date. But yeah, that's what you learn.
Yeah. Hypothetically, if someone was going to make a venture out there, any particular recommendations you would make gear wise? Like, how How's the terrain? Is it terribly like rocky? Is it how much elevation change we talking?
Not a lot of elevation change until you get there. It's at the bottom of a hill, so there's some like gradual rise and fall, but it's gradual right until you get to the end there.
Sure.
It's been years since I've been out there. I probably got here, what was it? I joined the Outriders like 15 years ago, and when I joined up, it was basically a hazing ritual at that point, is that you gotta go out to Eider Phoenix and come back with a handful of sand. And it sucked.
Yeah.
Still got the handful, though. It's awful.
Yeah. Out of character, the spy master, Jasper, mentioned the sand.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
Or didn't that? Yeah. I think after that, Harper would just be like, get a handful of sand?
Yeah, the soil out there is basically impossible to till. I'll just show you any motions over to his desk as the head crafter. That's where he is. And he pulls out a small, basically a mason jar and pops it on the table. And you see, it is the most inert gray material you have ever seen. Fine sand, not a light beige that you would normally expect. It's not like a dark volcanic black like you've seen a handful of times. It is gray.
Can I hit a combo identify detect magic on this?
Sure.
So detect magic would tell me if it's magical and what school of magic, if any, it belongs to. And then identify would be if it's a magic item or some other magic imbued object. I would learn its properties, how to use them, etc.
Sure. Go for it.
I'll just pop both of those off as rituals.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. You do that, and you learn that this is about as close to anti-magic as you could get as a physical object. It looks like something happened that caused the thing about magic that makes it alive, which you are only just now becoming to really appreciate. Whatever it was, that spark of creation is absent in this. Whatever happened on that at Eider Phoenix was catastrophic to everything around it.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay.
Oh no.
I don't like that at all. Maybe this is what gives everyone the big ick, as it were. Yeah. It's not dead, it's just nothing.
Yeah.
I'm getting the ick right here. I got the small ick.
Mm-hmm. Erebin, what are you doing?
Erebin goes back into the inn. Same intensity that he has before, because he just doesn't know how to control himself. He wants to seem cool.
Sure, absolutely.
Walks in, walks up to the Dragonborn. Rats are gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, look, I'm sorry. I've got to check your work. 1 sec. And do you want something to eat or drink while I'm out?
Sure.
She reaches, she dips back into the kitchen, comes out with a sandwich and a glass of ale, and sets it down in front of you. Dips downstairs for a second. She's gone like maybe 3 minutes. Do you do anything besides eat the food that is put in front of you?
Erebin houses the sandwich like...
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. Yeah,
like crunch wrap to rats.
Like a warlock to a sandwich, it is gone.
It is, it's like a pretty good Reuben.
Nice.
You house that, and she comes back up. Yeah, cool. Good work. Hold on. Let me get your pay here. And she reaches under and the bar and pops a 10 gold on the table for you.
Erebin picks it up. Thanks. He turns to walk out. He turns back. By the way, if you want to keep it under control, you should get a snake.
Snake, huh? Not really a lot like native to the area, is there?
You can find him if you look.
Fair Fair enough. All right, take it easy. And unless there is anything else, you all reconvene.
Nope, that's it. We all reconvene. We've done what we can.
What'd you learn, Arabin? What'd you learn in your walkabout town?
I learned that Crunchwrap can actually eat things.
That is a great point. You know, we had never tried that.
Did you give him a sandwich?
No, I gave him like 50 or 60 rats.
Oh, God.
Well,
I was envisioning that one quest from Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was envisioning a similar solution. This was better.
Instead of fireballing the room, you just let your giant pet snake come out.
Absolutely. And then wait 5 rounds.
And for all of the Crunch fans out there, because he's done a lot of rapping, but this was a Crunch day.
Oh yeah, today was a Crunch day.
all crunch, no rap.
New merch idea. We get a shirt that on the front says crunch, and on the back says rap, and so you can choose if it's a crunch day or a rap day.
Gotcha.
Reversible.
The three of you, having a better idea of the lay of the land, set out on the hunting trail out towards Eiterfenus. The road is quiet at this point. There's not much, obviously, it's a hunting trail. There's nobody else out here. Most people are out in the fields working today, so you have the road to yourself. After about 3 hours of travel, you do come across the Shrine to Watch. It is the only physical building structure you have seen thus far along the trail. It's about the size of any of you, made largely of wood, but with a stone base. There's a pair of doors that are shut that protect the shrine itself. Does anybody stop and make alms, or do you just continue on your way?
Do either of you need to stop?
Nothing. No, not for any reason beyond curiosity. I mean, it's interesting. All Trade had that chapel to watch.
Yes, he did.
It's more prevalent than I thought. I mean, I really don't know the virtues super well, and Watch is the only one that really keeps seeming to pop up, but just curious.
Let's go in. Let's check it out.
There's nothing really to go into. It is a pair of double doors that open out towards you, and there is just the holy symbols of Watch sitting on not even an altar, just kind of like a raised platform there.
Yeah.
The symbols, of course, being that golden horn with a scroll effectively just pouring out of it. Where Watch keeps their notes. You see a couple of alms set throughout the altar. There's a couple of coins, some feathers, trinkets and whatnot that the passerby, hunters largely, would have left.
Cecil, you in your when you were in the seat with Katie, there was some connection in the story of Saunter's Fall to Watch, I believe. I had written down something about Watch, but not a lot.
Yeah, so as the story goes, as there's so many different stories, but it's Saunter and Watch are the two halves of the story, whether Saunter tricks Watch or Watch tricks Saunter, or they disagreed and then parted, but magic's got in the way, or if they fought, or if one was trapped. All of it ends with Saunter's Fall, or rather Saunter's Folly.
Yeah.
And Saunter was perhaps tricked. But if there's a shrine to watch, could be something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no reason to get on Watch's bad side. I'll leave a couple gold. I'll leave 2 gold in alms.
Yeah, Erbin takes out a piece of paper, writes a little thing to watch, protect us, or something like that, and then gets some fire from Ignis to light it, like we did with all trades.
Absolutely. Cecil, anything?
Nothing like observable. More just taking down a couple notes. It's here. Seems like it's kept up. You know, like it's not falling to pieces. There's doors. So just kind of seeing what's there and writing it down.
Excellent. You continue on.
You feel it long before you actually see it. A creeping dread that seizes the pit of your stomach almost subconsciously. It quickly bubbles up and becomes the center of your waking thoughts. A powerful, profound desire to leave. And yet, you press on.
The wall is the first thing that you all see as you crest the final hilltop this humid afternoon. 15 feet tall, made of mortar and locally felled trees. You can see the stumps all around. There's a gate, tall, almost the full height of the wall itself. No sound is heard from within.
Are the gates open or closed?
Closed, but looks like they're slightly ajar.
Is it built in such a way that it looks like they're trying to keep something in or keep something out?
Insight check.
Can I lend the help action?
Yes, so take that at advantage.
We'll do insight.
That's something that Harper would be interested in as well.
That is a 17.
17, a little bit of both. Absolutely. But it looks like it was almost, and Harper, I'm going to say this comes from you because you would know this. It looks like it is almost perfunctory. It looks like there's absolutely something else going on with this gate, but you're not entirely sure what it is.
So the guard station and the levers for the gate are on the inside?
Potentially, but like I said, the gate is ajar, so you could potentially get in.
Do you want me to slip in and take a look?
Can't hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no signs of life or guards?
Nothing that you can see. Do you all approach?
I'll slip in the...
Yeah.
I'll poke my head in
Okay.
and slip in. I'll cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Just to have that up. And
Sure. When do you cast Detect Magic?
Before I go in.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic. You can see that there is a conjuration spell on the door.
Oh. Ooh. Hold up, friends.
Yes?
There's something. The door's got some magic on it.
Oh?
Can I make any, like, an Arcana check to try to determine anything deeper, Chase?
Sure. Go for it.
19.
Conjuration magic is where teleportation is housed. It
That
looks
was my
like this
guess.
might be something along those lines.
And so there's just a wall, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not like a fortress. Like,
Correct.
there's nothing, it's not like there's a building or a structure behind the wall. There's just a wall.
Correct.
Aha. Fellas, I think walking through this door is gonna take us somewhere else.
You think?
Best guess. I mean, I pull out my little gizmo for vortex warp. I put some conjuration sort of inspiration into this, and it's my first foray into sort of the like teleportation side of like magic and arcana. So it's just a theory. Can I huck a rock through it or something?
Sure. Roll me a ranged attack. I want to see something.
Not one, but I'm lucky. Not much better. 14.
14. You huck it through. As it sails through, it clips the door, and as it bumps the door, it vanishes.
Aha. Okay, so we walk through that door and we have no idea where we're going, and I mean, hypothetically we can get back, but we have truly no idea what we'd be walking into, fellas.
Well, in for penny, in for pound. Nobody knew this was here. They knew that there was a some sort of wall being built out here. no word of the magic or necessarily who's doing it, but we are here to find out what's going on. So I don't see another way to find out what's going on.
But there's no guarantee we could come back.
Unless
I
we
don't
could,
like those odds.
unless there's another way to see over that wall or get over that wall.
I've got spider climb.
Arbin, are those wings of yours going to work?
I can certainly try.
It wouldn't hurt to at least get up and see if we can get over the wall or look over the wall or see something on the other side, if possible. They're hiding something. Somebody is hiding something. And before we walk through this door, I'd like to know what's on the other side of at least here, because that's going to take us to Guides Nowhere.
Okay, so Arabin sort of closes his eyes and focuses really hard, and from his mouth you hear Volare, and his wings sprout out and he starts to fly.
Okay. You ascend.
Oh, you have fly. Yeah. Oh, motherfucker. Hell yeah.
Rise up and look over the wall and are almost dumbfounded. There are some things over there. Tents, tables. It looks like there was an encampment out here at one point, but it looks like it's been abandoned.
Well, it looks like there were things here, but not anymore.
Huh.
So it just looks completely abandoned then?
I mean, you're looking at this from probably 30 some feet away, longer at certain points. Yeah, that's what you're seeing.
Is there... Arabin, does it look like there's any other gates?
Arabin sort of moves around to see if there's anything else, any gates, openings.
The wall seems to circle the entire place. You're not seeing any other gates, though.
No, it looks like this is the only way in.
About how wide, how big of an area is this wall encircling? Is it safe to say we found the epicenter of this place and there's a wall around the middle of this?
Yes.
Okay. So
yes.
There's a wall around the epicenter of this place. Okay.
Correct.
Great.
I think we brave in. I don't really think that there's a trick here. I think it's just, this is the defense they set up. It's a wall in a sense. It's keeping people out by being super suspicious.
Yes, I don't like...
But even if it wasn't super suspicious, if this were just a regular, ordinary wall, we'd be going in or over anyway.
You're correct. Well...
Arabin, do you want to go invisible, and I can make Ignis invisible, and that way it only looks like there's two of us going in? If something jumps us right out the gate, we've got maybe an upper hand?
I can. Not a ton I can do after that, then.
Why don't I just start with Ignis, then, and we can go from there.
How long can you stay up there?
Up to 10 minutes.
Can you spend a couple minutes looking around, and then we'll go through?
Sure, I can scout around.
What are you looking for?
Just anything notable, because it looks abandoned, but if there was any trace of what might have been here, or anything that remains that's of note.
Give me a perception check.
18.
Oh, damn!
Oh,
You do a couple of low tracking swoops over. You are able to learn a couple of things. The undersigned were absolutely here. You are seeing signs of their gear and equipment and whatnot. It looks like this place, with an 18, you can tell this place was made to look like it was abandoned in a hurry in case somebody did exactly what you're doing right now. You know the signs to look for. You've lived a life that you have tried to make things look like it was done in a hurry. But this, when people left here, it was slowly and intentionally, and then somebody came back through and wrecked some stuff up. There is nothing of value that was left here. Busted gear and very little else. And You are able to tell it's an 18. You are able to tell that wherever they went, they didn't go far. They weren't using like pack animals or anything to move heavier stuff. It looks like it was just being carried by undersigned. Now, they are incredibly strong, and who knows what their stamina looks like over a long term, but you're still probably going to have heavier stuff carried by an animal.
So I come back and I sort of relay that. Whatever it was, it's what I like to call meticulous chaos. It looks haphazard, but they very well planned that out.
That shows a lot of intelligence and planning. They may have just simply used this gate to get to wherever they're going, and then it's left open on the other side.
That would be a safe bet. It doesn't look like they were going for a long travel, so I'm pretty sure if we go through this gate, we might find them.
Well,
and we may be walking into a trap that they want us to walk into.
possibly, but I am very, very tired of the problems not getting solved. I would like some answers. Shall we?
Hate to say I agree with you.
Stop collecting, start solving.
I throw the blanket of invisibility over Ignis, and I cast invisibility on him.
Excellent. You all step forward.
We saved the game.
Touching the gate, the world seems to shift around the three of you. The warm afternoon light vanishes from the sky and is replaced by a dim blue. The gate is gone, replaced by a path that seems to stretch indefinitely in either direction. That gray dust yawns out for miles, and you look up, and you see islands floating in the sky, unbothered by such feeble laws as gravity. And beyond those islands, it's hard to say. The sky is filled with a network of maybe vines, still and unmoving, crisscrossing in all directions, indefinitely. We'll call it there.
We're in the fucking Nexus!
Thank you for joining us here on Another Path. You can find our website and merch store at anotherpathpodcast.com, on Twitter at anotherpathpod, and our network at ghostlightmedia.net. You can support our efforts by donating at patreon.com/ghostlightmedia, or by giving us a rating and review over on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcatcher will let you. You can find me on Twitter at TQLoudly, Griffin at Griffcold, and Ryan at RyanRolled20. You can find Justin on TikTok at JustJustinMichael, and myself at TQLoudly. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a new episode, and until then, remember that sometimes when you go all over the world, well, you'll just end up right back where you started.
This has been a Ghostlight Media production.